Most AR-15 owners are former military, 35 plus
Let me
and
say
married.
one more thing.
So that's all I'm saying is that they're not just crazy people.
Here's the thing. Once black people get guns in this country, the gun laws will change. Trust me.
But black people have been buying guns. The numbers went up in 2020.
With the Black
The numbers went up during the pandemic. Look it up.
Yeah, well, it was so bad we had to show you twice. Some more racism from the left. I know, odd. ABC's Joyless Behar talking down to black gun owners. Joining me now to weigh in, the co-host of Diamond and Silk Crystal Clear here on Newsmax, authors of Uprising. Who the hell said you can't ditch and switch? The lovely ladies, Diamond and Silk. Hey, look, let me just break this down real quick. Let's dive into Joyless Behar's remarks here. First off, it was plain stupid because 1 in 4 black Americans are proud gun owners. And secondly, according to the National Shooting Foundation, from 2019 through 2020, there was a 58.2% increase in gun purchases from African Americans. And it climbed even more last year, according to Behar's own ABC network. And the reason why blacks are arming themselves up, ladies, is because lily-white leftist DAs who Behar supports, like Gascon, Boudin, and Crusoe, they're out there letting criminals out to plague black neighborhoods. Ladies, if Behar were in front of you, what would you say to her?
Well, I thought that what she said was offensive because it implies that black people are not responsible gun owners, for one thing. And then on another thing, you know, she said the quiet part out loud. Okay, now all of a sudden, you know, black America is buying guns. And now they want to put these laws in. Who want to put the laws in, these new gun laws? Her party. The party that she represents, the party that she advocates for. So you see, she was having a KKK moment. This is the new Jim Crow era, and they have a problem with black people owning guns. And what needs to happen, every law-abiding citizen need to get them a piece to keep peace, especially when these lily maids want to defund the police, the Justice of the Department. We don't have them anymore. You're going to have to protect yourself.
And let's not forget that she is protected by security that have what? Guns.
Second verse, same as the first. Don't forget which political party, ladies, was the originator of the first gun confiscation and gun control in America. It was in the post-Civil War South. Democrats were out there taking guns away from blacks, and now they're trying to do it again. Want to get some new information on Biden's failed disinformation board. According to documents from a whistleblower released by Senator Chuck Grassley, this board was going to silence those who disagreed with left-wing extremists, and it was going to collude with social media companies to do it, like Twitter, Facebook, and Google. You guys with me? I think these companies are way too big. They need to be broken up because they're thumbing their nose at the rule of law, like Section 230.
Yeah, not only are they too big, but they are controlling every aspect of our lives. Biden, Joseph Robinette Biden took an oath to uphold the Constitution, not break the Constitution. Any of these leaders that took an oath to uphold the Constitution and you break it, as far as I'm concerned, you need to be jailed for not upholding the Constitution. That's what needs to happen to you. So shame on Biden, shame on his regime, and shame on anybody that go along with censoring people, silencing people, and trying to take away their First Amendment right, including some of these social media platforms.
That's right.
And what about the violence? We saw an armed man from the People's Republic of California. He was arrested in front of Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh's home in Maryland on Wednesday after he told authorities, he was going to kill Kavanaugh. Ladies, this was Nancy Pelosi's reaction earlier today. Watch this.
You said the justices are protected, but there was an attempt on Justice Kavanaugh's life.
It's protected. The justices are protected. This issue is not about the justice. It's about staff and the rest. The justices are protected. You saw the Attorney General even double down on that. There will be a bill, but nobody is in danger over the weekend because of our not having a bill.
Well, easy for her to say. Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy responded, ladies. Listen to this.
I know the Speaker just had a press conference in here. I'm told she said nobody is a threat over the weekend. I don't know how she can say that, knowing that you just captured a person who wanted to kill Kavanaugh and his family. So was he not in any threat yesterday?
So there are illegal protests going on. There, as we're speaking, illegal protests. This man, what's his name, Roski, was arrested. What is your immediate reaction for all this?
Well, you know, I think Nancy Pelosi, or Queen Nancy, I think she has lost touch and she's out of touch with the American people.
Oh, yes.
This man showed up at Kavanaugh's house and said, oh, I'm here to kill him. Okay, so what does that tell you? How is that protection? And then you have more people protesting in front of the Supreme Court Justice's house.
Right.
That is illegal. Where is the DOJ? Where is Joseph Robinette Biden's regime?
That's right.
Where they at? Because if you're a conservative, you got the DOJ and the FBI battery ramming your door in.
That's
because
right.
They don't like your political ideology. And look at how these people are intimidating, harassing, and threatening our Supreme Court justice. And this is happening here in America. And it's sad. What a sad day.
I know. Illegal protests going on in front of justices' homes, illegal, breaking the law. Meantime, they're putting Gretchen Whitmer's main Republican challenger, arresting him for a misdemeanor. It's nuts. Ladies, what's coming up on Diamond and Silk Crystal Clear this weekend?
Oh, we talk about Joseph Robinette Biden and his shenanigans. We also talk about black-on-black crime. And you know we do have an itch of the week. So make sure you join us Saturday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Best part of the weekend. Diamond and Silk, always appreciate the visit. You guys are on fire today. From me to you, mwah.
Mwah.